Hello, this is LazyCuber, and today I have an unboxing of the FangShi version 2, I believe. Yes, version 2. So, let's just take a little quick look at the box. That's kind of annoying. Made in China, as one would expect. It's a pretty cool box, actually. I like the FangShi's boxes. So they make a white version and a black version, and I've heard that the white version actually has black tiles on it, so it's kind of black, kind of white. So if you're into that, I just got the black version, but yeah. So let's open it up. Okay, so here is the cube. Let me get this out of here. So first looks, let's compare it to a regular Rubik's brand cube. So size comparison, they're pretty dang similar. It's maybe a bit bigger. No, looks about the same. So, let's compare colors. It's hard to get a bad white, but I honestly am not a huge fan of the white on the FangShi. I mean, it's just kind of dull, as are all the colors to me. So, we have the red here, and it just looks much, much duller, and there are people out there who like that, but I'm just not one of those people. The yellow is just weird, and I really am not a huge fan of the orange. And then the blue is actually okay. I'm okay with the blue, but the green is too dark for me. So, let's compare it to the Diane Zhanshi real quick. Zhanshi looks like it's just a bit bigger. And so, let's get on to first turns. So what I'm seeing from first turns is that it feels very, very lubed. Not in that it's greasy, though. I mean, it doesn't even feel greasy at all. I can't feel any actual lube on the outside of the cube, but if you take a look on the inside, you can really tell that it's got some lube in there. So, I'll be taking it apart and showing you the mechanism a little bit later. So, let's check out corner cutting, see how well it does that. So, we'll start small. Oh, and that goes way easy. Let's go just before 45, and it can do it fine. Let's go 245, and it's totally fine. Let's just go a little past 45. It can go even past 45. Not quite that far past. That corner cutting is insane. Let's compare that to the Zhanshi real quick. The Zhanshi can go right there. Let's go just... So it has kind of trouble... It can't even go to 45. So the corner cutting on the FangShi is absolutely phenomenal. If you're one that needs to corner cut a lot when you're solving, this is a reason I would get this cube. It's a great corner cutter. So let's take it apart and see what's on the inside. Now, one thing I noticed about this cube while I'm taking it apart is that the corners stay in very, very well. They're not likely to pop because they can barely come out of this center here. They're just locked in there. There's not really any way that you can turn it to get it to come out easier, which is very, very great. Okay, so I can see that this core has got these things that come off of the actual centerpieces themselves, so you can see that it's very lubed. On the inside, you can tell that's lube all over in there, and so the FS sticker. So, let's take a look at the pieces individually. So, here we have an edge piece, and, as you can see, we've got what some people call a double torpedo here. So we've got this section, it keeps it locked into the corners. Let's go like that. So, it's actually this torpedo that keeps it locked into the corners, as you can see right there. And then this section keeps it locked into the centers. So the torpedoes on these are absolutely amazing, even though they're not even real torpedoes. So let's take a look at the corner. So as you can see, here's our corner piece, and let's compare that to a Diane and a Rubik's corner piece. So here we have the FangShi corner and the FangShi edge, and here we have a Diane corner and a Diane edge. So let's start out by comparing all three of these edges here. We have a FangShi edge and a Rubik's edge. So you can see that the FangShi is a lot more rounded. The Rubik's edge is very blocky, and this one seems like it's much more smooth and rounded out. The Diane edge seems like it's a lot smaller in actual size on this stock part over here, but when you look at it, it's a lot longer, the Diane, so that might make a difference in how well the cube turns, considering the FangShi turns quite considerably better. Let's take a look at the corners. So here's a normal Rubik's corner, and again, very blocky shape. And we've got a FangShi corner to compare. So this really doesn't have anything that sticks out of it at all, while this has this big stock here that sticks into the cube and holds it in very well. And we have a Diane corner. And so this part at the bottom here, this triangular part, is a lot bigger on the FangShi than it is on the Diane, so that's going to cause for a lot less popping of the corners, at least. So one thing I have noticed that does become a real problem, I've done a few solves on this, and I see that while I'm solving, sometimes when I'm corner cutting and my finger kind of slips, these corners are very, very easy to flip. You can just flip them easy. It takes almost no effort. So that is one issue, and that could just be a tensioning problem. I haven't tried to retension it because the tensioning just feels so good when it came. It turns just fine. So, I'm gonna go solve this a few times, and I will come back to you and let you know what I think. Okay, so it's been a few weeks. I've done a few solves on this thing, and it's honestly feeling really, really good. I noticed the corner cutting, even after a few weeks, it's still absolutely amazing. Almost does past 45 on every side, so by far the best corner cutting on a 3x3 I have yet to see. One thing I have noticed about the stickers, on this edge you do see they chip just a little bit, and for the most part they stay stuck really well. They just kind of some chip, and you can see little indentations on these ones. So nothing really major. I will show you guys a solve. Let's get this thing scrambled up. I'll show you a solve real quick, and then go into a little bit of comparison to other cubes that I've seen. Oh goodness. We have a solve there. Sometimes it feels almost too loose, and I feel bad for saying that because I honestly feel like I need to find something wrong with this because it really feels great. But sometimes it feels almost too loose, like you could just almost just turn it without even trying. But even then, the scratchiness almost seems like it keeps it aligned with where it's trying to go. So double turns seem totally fine. Middle layers seem great as well. So no problem there. For the most part, I really see nothing wrong with this cube except for the fact that the stickers are chipping a little bit, and the main reason, the corners flipping. They flip like crazy. A couple times while I've been solving it, they've flipped without me wanting them to, and it ends up ruining the solve. So, if you're trying to go for speed, I would suggest tensioning it just a little tighter than it comes so that corners don't flip, and for the most part, I don't see any popping issues whatsoever. The edges barely come out with force. So, if you're just solving, considering the corner cutting's so great, it seems like it's never really gonna pop. Especially the corners, how the stock part is so big, they're not gonna come out of these centers with the... So, let's try a little bit of reverse corner cutting here. So reverse corner cuts a little bit. Let's go just a little farther right there. Doesn't want to do that. Let's go a little farther back. So, around here. So take a look at the FangShi, see how it does with reverse corner cutting comparison. So, just a little bit less on the FangShi. So, for the most part, I see the FangShi as a much better cube than the FangShi, and I don't want to be that guy that says judges the cubes. Both cubes are absolutely amazing, but like you see with just one finger turns here, the FangShi turns over and the FangShi doesn't quite turn enough. So you can tighten the FangShi, you can loosen the FangShi, you can do whatever you want, but the FangShi already feels very loose. So for the most part, the FangShi, I would definitely recommend it. I got this one off of Amazon for about $13, $20 with shipping. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the description below. I will be posting more videos soon. I'm working on a review for the ShuangRen 4x4, and also a tutorial on how to solve the 3x3 cube, and if those do well enough, I could go on to teaching tutorials for 5x5 and reviews for this QJ 5x5. So whatever you guys want, leave them in the comments and I will get to that as soon as I can. Thank you, and have a great day.